Special report: Putin's strategic arsenal and the escalating global crisis, motives and implications. In recent years, Russian President Vladimir Putin has frequently showcased his military arsenal and conducted symbolic displays of power to assert Russia's standing on the global stage. These actions not only challenge the framework of global peace, but also reveal the deeper motives driving Russia's domestic and foreign policies. From the recent missile strike on Ukraine to the reappearance of the Doomsday Plane during the Victory Day parade, Putin's moves are pushing the world toward a geopolitical showdown. By examining related developments, we can further understand the broader implications of his strategy, the escalation model, and the shadows of a new Cold War. With Russia's announcement of a successful test of the Kinzhal hypersonic missile, global attention has once again been drawn to the intense conflict on Europe's border. Putin's strategy here is not solely about pressuring Ukraine, but also sending a clear message to the West: Russia has the capability to penetrate NATO's defenses. This strategy, however, is not isolated. Recent UN reports indicate that since 2014, Russia has significantly increased its military presence in the Arctic, creating the world's densest concentration of weaponized facilities in the region. This demonstrates Russia's focus not only on European geopolitics, but also on controlling strategic resource areas. Putin's tactics can be described as an escalation model, where provocative military actions test the limits of the international community's tolerance while avoiding full-scale war. For example, following the annexation of Crimea, Russia's continuous military actions have not triggered full sanctions, leading to a prolonged stalemate in Ukraine and forcing the West to engage in an uncomfortable escalation response. The Doomsday Plane and the global nuclear arms race. The appearance of the Doomsday Plane IL-80 during the Red Square Victory Parade has sparked speculation that Russia may be signaling a renewed global nuclear arms race. On one hand, Putin is leveraging nuclear deterrence to project his resilience against Western sanctions and political isolation. On the other, it serves as a tool to bolster his image as a strong leader to his domestic audience. Since the end of the Cold War, global nuclear stockpiles have gradually declined. However, recent years have seen both the US and Russia ramping up investment in developing modern nuclear weapons. In 2024, the U.S. Department of Defense passed a budget proposal for a modern nuclear deterrence program aimed at countering Russia's hypersonic missile capabilities. Meanwhile, in East Asia, reports suggest that China is constructing new nuclear missile silos on a massive scale. International military analysts warn that this escalation could prompt other nations to reconsider their nuclear policies, with voices emerging in South Korea and Japan advocating for nuclear armament, energy diplomacy, and the global power game. Simultaneously, Russia is not just challenging the West militarily, but is also reshaping global geopolitics through its energy diplomacy. Amid the energy crisis triggered by the war in Ukraine, European nations have been forced to seek alternative energy suppliers. Russia, on the other hand, has redirected its energy exports to markets like India and China, offsetting the losses from European sanctions. In October 2024, Russia and China signed a historic natural gas agreement, increasing supply through the Power of Siberia to pipeline. This move is seen as a major step in reshaping global energy dynamics and provides economic support for Russia's military and foreign policies. However, this strategy comes with risks. Although Russia-China relations are often described as a friendship without limits, historical tensions between the two nations remain unresolved. Should the global economic situation deteriorate, Russia's overdependence on China could become a source of economic and political instability.
Crisis and lessons, redefining global order from hypersonic missile tests to the reappearance of the Doomsday Plane and From Arctic military expansions to energy diplomacy, Russia is reshaping its global influence on multiple fronts. This raises a critical question. How should the international community respond to this new type of Cold War dynamic? Will it choose comprehensive confrontation, or will it seek limited cooperation? In the long term, this confrontational model will undoubtedly drain global resources and hinder nations' ability to tackle common challenges like climate change and energy crises. Putin's strategy underscores a broader truth. In a globalized world, crises in one region can ripple across the international order. Finding stability and peace has become the ultimate test for global leaders. The world today stands at a historical crossroads, and each of Putin's actions serves as a test of the international community's resolve and adaptability.